All right. Hello, exiles. Welcome back to Solo Self-Found. We are here with Charlie, our Gemling Legionaire, who's who's got a very bad case of agoraphobia. He thinks he's always surrounded by enemies because of the Constricting Command. Require 5 fewer, which is the max roll, makes it so that you are virtually surrounded, and at any time your skills and abilities that count on being surrounded are active. One of them being Defy, a support gem that you can socket into almost any attack. So using that and a few interesting investments here on the skill tree, with this node cluster and this node cluster and this node cluster, well, just these two nodes within the cluster, and some additional investment for accuracy right now, accuracy and critical hit. As you can see here, I will be going through the skill tree in detail a bit later. We're currently sitting at a 54,000 DPS on the tooltip, using Ray Spear that we crafted. Everybody should see that those are crafted mods from essences, the +4 level to attack skills, and gain 20% of damage as extra physical damage. Those are essence mods. The desecration was not useful, not a lot of use. But we're using this one, +4 level to attack skills, these two gauntlets that give us another 2 levels to melee skills, and this amulet that gives us +3 level of melee skills. We're currently sitting at level 28 on Whirling Slash, and if we know anything about getting a gem level past level 20, is that it increases, it's not exponentially, but it's better than linear. Very good coffee today, very good coffee. Associated with a concentrated area, I'm half a mind to use something else, but right now really um, doesn't seem to need anything else. We really need damage, and concentrated area is my go-to choice. I know you're seeing it here. There's a Tangle Tongue with, I believe this is 8% critical hit chance is a lower value on this affix, but either way, it says here that it bifurcates critical hits, and it wants to tell you right at the end that if a modifier makes your critical hit chance lucky, that luck will apply individually to both of these rolls, which is what we're doing. We do have lucky hits on every hit. So this Tangle Tongue would roll 4 times, and you would probably get a critical hit. But let's make a showcase of how the build ended up working. Marrow, cool. Raised fields, Savannah. Everybody remembers Savannah. Nice open map. That was a 2 modifier waystone. The build is not that fast, that survivable, that good. We can only run.
Always get ambushed in places like this.
We can only run low-level maps because, as you can see, that 50,000 DPS isn't quite enough to clear elites, rares. When it comes to normal enemies, yeah, sure, they kind of blow up. But when it comes to rares, and I'm not moving towards rares, they take a little longer. And there are some rares, as you know, that could take you down in one shot if you give them the time. If you give them enough time to come at you. That's another rare. Let's keep going. But where are they?
Your pay will be exquisite.
Where are you, Adrian? Oh, there you are. Alongside this.
Over here.
Fanatic bow. I didn't find that yet. The Voltaxic Rift. Let me just pick this up. Hey, another one. And that utility belt. But as you can see, it's pretty slow. It's still pretty slow. We are doing about was it close to 3.5 attacks per second with welding slash. 2.97. We lost some attack speed somewhere. 2.97 attacks per second, which is mind-boggling actually. But yeah, we're not using anything else but the attack button. Luckily, the map is, as you've seen, we do lose a lot of life when we do get hit. It's 1900 life with 45% armor and 29% evasion. That evasion percentage used to be a lot higher, but we had to drop some I think it was the skill tree, the passive skill trees that we dropped to make room for the critical hit nodes up in the monk area. Right, and that led us to just an arsenal. The guardian bow. Here's an elite right here. Yeah, it's another elite. But yeah, this is what the build can do with just the Constricting Command without Hate Forge. With Hate Forge and charge regulation. Where's the last one? Ah, there it is. And charge regulation, we all expect that we'll be doing much more damage, but in the end, you can only do as much damage as. There you go.
No room.
Good. We are full of items. The greater essence of the infinite.
Let's see if you still got any fight in you. Foul fool!
Yeah, going hand to hand with essence monsters is not always the best idea. Let me just make some room for this unique. You know, I'm a loot hoarder, I gather everything up. Now, we did lose, yeah. No. We did have enough. This other spear we're using on the second whirling lance is, yeah, on the second. This was also crafted. Lower roll on damage as extra lightning damage, but chance to gain onslaught on killing with this weapon, and plus 4th level of all attack skills, and increased area of effect. We're keeping it on the second weapon set so that the whirlwind is just a little bit bigger. Doesn't really seem to add that 18%. It's an increase, it's not a more modifier, so it adds to whatever increases we have, so it doesn't really
Speak.
But yeah, this is what the build does, how the build plays. It's pretty satisfying, but unfortunately it's too slow right now. I'll give it a try with Hate Forge when we find it. And I know that Tangle Tongue does seem to be a cute, very cute tech here because of the forking critical hits and lucky. So each of our critical hit rolls has a greater chance because it's lucky, has a greater chance to happen, which means running 2 critical hits at the same time is much more probable, I was gonna say. Let me get some coffee. But right now we're sitting on 38 up to 68% chance for critical hit, and it says here the effective chance for twice critical hit is only 14%, which I tend to believe it. It may be so. 1 to 246 lightning damage, increase attack speed, and everything is converted to chaos, and then chaos contributes to shock. Is that Queen of the Forest? Yeah, this is yet another piece of a build somewhere.
Welcome. This is what we have available.
I mean, I could. Because they made the change in 0.3 that what is it? Not barrage. Spear. This Bloodhound's mark and any other mark actually. All gems. Freezing mark is an attack. Sniper's mark is an attack. Oh, it doesn't say it's an attack. Voltaic mark is an attack.
Sniper's Mark will make an enemy more vulnerable.
Let's try it together, because cast on crit. I can't socket Sniper's Mark. Do I have any other weapon on spell on hand? Yeah, so I can socket spells, but I cannot socket marks. Mark. Yeah, because of the change to cast on crit to not be able to run marks anymore, we can't really switch to a cast on crit sniper's mark. I mean, I've been looking through the list of actually persistent gems. There's Mirage Archer, which cannot create. Maybe you could use this with dodge to set up sniper marks, but it's too slow. And if you're looking for, yeah, cast on dodge it's a cast, so anything that starts with cast on will only use spells. They have to be spells. Yeah. This is not socketable, it won't trigger anything. Caltrops. This is the first time I'm reading it. Yeah. Reaper's Invocation. This also triggers socketed spells. And it's on kill. Yeah. Socketed spells. Socketed spells. So Mirage Archer does seem to be since it's the newest persistent, can we socket? We can't even socket into Mirage Archer. Maybe because we don't have a bow? Let's Lightning Spear. Yeah, we can socket Lightning Spear. Which will not help because we want to trigger Sniper's Mark and we can't really do it anymore. There's, as far as I can see, there's no way to use marks in automatic triggers anymore. I mean, we do have, don't really have enough spirit gems to test it, but all gems. Where is it? Reaper's Invocation. We can also try this. Now instead of Blasphemy, instead of this. Can we socket Sniper's Mark into it? No. Can we socket spells? Yes. Attacks? No. So Mirage Archer is the only persistent the only spirit gem that allows socketing attacks and doesn't allow socketing sniper marks. Overwhelming Presence has been helpful for a long time because it was decreasing the enemy's mental ailment threshold, which we were using because of the old skill tree. Yeah, we finally got our last ascendancies, so we got to enhanced effectiveness and integrated efficiency. There is something to be played with here in thaumaturgical dynamism, but yeah, in previous versions of the skill tree, of this passive skill tree, we were not pathing over to this node. We were using were using our skill points to come here to Catalysis, Primal Sundering, and Harness the Elements, which gives us 20% increased damage for each type of elemental ailment on the enemy. And I thought that was a good idea at the time because I was reading the Flammability tooltip wrong. Flammability. It says it here really loud and clear that this is a buff and debuff, and it is not. Well, it is not an elemental ailment. But the ignition that it generates is the elemental ailment. So yeah, you'd still get this, for this node you'd get up to 60% increased damage because of ignited, shocked, and chilled. Chilled, of course, was there because of what's your name? Not Venopuncture. Ice Fang Orbit. Because we were poisoning, and poisoning would add to chill, so we would have an additional elemental ailment. I still think there's some tech to be done with Tangle Tongue here. Right now we don't have additional crit hit chance on the amulet. We're not gonna get additional crit hit chance on the cap. And a better, I mean, this would be the better weapon. The skill tree is kind of the best it can be right now, level 88. Critical hit chance. There are some more critical hit nodes that are close by. We could fill this up. We could take, go up to Careful Assassin. We could, yeah, we're kind of at a loss for critical hit nodes in this setup. Yeah, we could pick up these 3 nodes. That is 91, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's too much. Level 98. I'm not gonna play this character until level 98. But if we were to take a look at path building with Tangle Tongue equipped, effective crit hit chance 48, 45. I believe the game said the same thing. Effective crit hit chance with Tangle Tongue is 62. That's because, yeah, I was trying to get to come here to POB, see if Throat Seeker, Careful Assassin will do anything to our effective crit hit chance. So that's 61, 18. As you can see here, our current DPS with Tangle Tongue is expected to be around 43,000, which is better than the 17, than the, let's see, 31. Yeah, just a little better than 31. Move up. Okay, but if you take a look in POB with the Hypnotic Edge, 57% increase, 57%, pardon me, 57,000 DPS on Whirling Slash. Doesn't really seem to have a chance to go explosive for the build. I'll keep trying to make the pieces fit together, maybe even take a look at what people in the trade leagues are doing with Constricting Command. But unless we get the Hate Forge and the what is it? I'll have to charge regulation. More critical hit chance while we have a power charge. That more critical hit chance may just make it so that Tangle Tongue is a good option. But that being said, I guess the build has gone just as look at us, we're all shiny and decorated, and the models are so lush, but when it comes to the pants, we're ragged. Ragged as is the first day we joined Rayclast. The build has gone pretty far, and as far as SSF is concerned, I'd love to be able to make Tangle Tongue work in a manner of or another. I'll think about it. Yeah, we were also running vulnerability for a while because the damage seemed to be favoring physical damage, but right now, as you can see, we are estimated to do anywhere between 6 and 16,000 damage, out of which only 2 to 5 are melee, are physical. So we're running Blasphemy with Elemental Weakness, Herald the Thunder, Herald the Bash. They're there to help with pack clear, and of course, because of Coming Calamity, we do get some increase to our cold and lightning damage. What can I say? The build was pretty fun to level up. We did get into a situation somewhere around level 80 where we couldn't get any more upgrades, any more updates, and I believe you saw it in the previous video. Welding Slash was only doing up to 6k DPS on the tooltip. It's still not amazing, but it's good enough to clear maps, good enough to take on bosses. I will...
What do you think?
Is that a tier 4?
Don't spend it all at once.
That's corrupted. Thank you. This is high level. This is high level. I guess Charlie's gonna take his leave right now. He's going to start clearing a few maps. See what else, if anything else, happens. Right now, it really doesn't seem like there are any options for active abilities to slot into the list. Maybe if you take your time to set up a sniper's mark. Let's take our time and set up a sniper's mark. Let's put it here. I was looking at Primal Strikes as an alternate attack for bossing. 33,000. If we do this, 46,000. I'll give it a try, and I'll let you guys know. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, goodbye, yourselves.